Hey guys, so today it's going to be a piece of pie. I'm going to try and do this gingham check, and I learned something when I tried the sample. I'll tell you about it. Let's get started. Hi guys, so yeah, I've got cameras all over the place and everything. I'm going to try and tuck around. I am going to be doing, whoops, got to start that one. I'm going to be doing this piece of pie in the ornament. It was drawn during our marathon of art, doing the 31 cute and creative hand-drawn winter ornaments. I have this available on Teespring that you can download instantly, print in color, and start doing your artwork along with me. See, here's the piece of pie. So you can do that. I also, just this morning, I'm so excited. The coloring book is now live on Amazon. So you can get an actual professionally bound and printed version of the coloring book. It's on paper that's a little bit thicker than copy machine paper, but it's not super thick. So the paper is best if you're doing drier media like crayons, colored pencils. You can even do chalk or pastels on it a little bit. I would stick more to the pencils, but your pens can work too because everything is printed just on one side of the paper, so you don't have to worry about messing up something on the back side. If you're interested, it's only $1 more than the print and cut or print and color, but Amazon takes a bigger percentage of it. So if you have a printer that will print on whatever paper you want, I would go with the print and color. But if you don't have a printer to print with and you really want these designs, go get the book. It's $7 and it's only $7. You can cut it up. You can use those pages just like you would something that you print out. Please don't make photocopies from the book though. If you want to have a version that you can print multiple times, go ahead and get the downloadable. Thank you. And wow, look at everybody in here. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We're going to get started. And I'm going to go back to just the down camera. All right, so this is the original artwork drawn with the waterproof Eco pen. It does not say on the information for the pen anywhere that it is waterproof, but it is waterproof. I drew this all on 140-pound cotton paper. This is 100% cotton, Arteza watercolor paper. It was their greeting cards. They do sell tablets of watercolor paper too. I played around and I think I'll be able to do this really pretty gingham check for the background. I just am not going to paint it on the inside of the ball because if you do that, oh my gosh. The red really reactivates. So I'm going to try and stay away from the red on the inside until the very end. But to get started, I am using, hello. You're here, you're ready to eat pie. Awesome. Yeah, so that's show you right here in the little book. Oh, this is going to be tomorrow's. We're going to do the faceted crystal ornament. That's going to be fun. And it's going to be a very plain background because this is going to be really intricate. But there's the pie. So the coloring book is a little bit bigger version. I think it makes it nicer for you to be able to color it in. You can also cut these out and put them on the fronts of cards or cut it out close, pop a hole in it, put a string on it, hang it on a tree, or use it as a tag. So, would anybody be interested in the watercolor versions already colored in, all up on like one sheet that you can, a few of them on one sheet so that you can print them out smaller and use them as tags? Let me know. I'm going to start with the dark red that's here, and this is not the magenta, it's the next one up. It's more like a scarlet red, I think. And I'm using, this brush is about a 1/2 inch, I believe. Let's see. It's more than a centimeter. It's about a 12 millimeter tip on that. So 12 millimeters. So it's just under a 1/2 inch. So it's like a, I'm not sure. Let's see. 1/8, 1/8, 1/8. Okay, 16, 16, 16. It's about 5/16. So it's about 5/16. It is a number 4 silver black pearl bright. I just wanted something that was about this size and flat across the top so I could make stripes. And I am not wetting the background because I want my lines to stay clean. And by just crossing our lines, that's how we get those darker squares versus the medium squares, and then you have your light squares. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to pull down towards me. So get my paint wet. And I'm not sure what kind of a brush the black pearl is, if it is supposed to be used for acrylic or what. This can be done with gouache. Yeah, thank you. I am hoping to do earlier, like 4 o'clock shows for my afternoon shows. I'm going to ask you guys right now, do you want the morning show on Monday or do you want it a little bit later? I need to know. So now some of these stripes I'm going to be able to do the whole length. I did not draw any lines. What I'm doing is I'm using the width of this brush and I'm looking at it right here and going there and then move over. Now I'm not going to paint through the ball. I'm going to stop and sort of make my line right up to the edge of it. And then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say drawing, 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 drawing line, coming down like that. And then I will fill in the rest of it. Afternoon. Yeah, I'm trying, guys. George says after 5 Central Time. So after 5 Central Time would be after 3 p.m. my time. I'm fine with, 3, 4. I kind of like that slightly later. But I do want to be, cognizant. I do want to pay attention to the time that works for my community also. I mean, I want you guys to be able to come in and see. And I didn't exactly get that one as far over as I thought I would, but you know what? Once you put the red paint down, you're kind of committed. Red paint does not lift out as well, at least in these colors. Just make that line more solid, coming down, 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 down. It's about here. Yeah, see, I did not get my spacing as well. That's okay. It's candy stripes, right? Need more water. All right, there, move over. Just remember to breathe when you're doing things. If you hold your breath, your heartbeat can actually cause your hand to do wiggles. So just remember, breathe slowly. And that's how you get more smooth lines. I'm just using the corner to fill in that detail. All right. So everything over is getting more more straight, but it's also slanted ever so slightly. You know, that's part of being hand painted. Oops. There's this board right here. I hit the edge of that board, and it caused me to go a little bit awry. Let's just see if I can straighten up that line just a little bit. There we go. See, you can do this. Fun stuff. I think this would be really pretty on rocks, George. It would be really pretty on rocks. My usual time on Monday mornings is fine with you. 9, 10, 11 my time. All right. Okay, so how about this? For Mondays during December, I will schedule for 10 o'clock. That way, if I stay up late on Sunday night, because I'm kind of a late owl, a night owl, and 8:30 in the morning is an early time. Let's see. I think I'm going to try and straighten that up just a smidge. Just a smidge. Not too worried about it. Not too worried about making things perfect. I just want sort of solid lines. Not too rough. All right. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. And yeah, my lines are not perfectly straight, and that's okay. It's handmade. These lines are not perfectly straight either, but the effect is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I was going to go ahead and dry these lines. Oh, I'm sorry, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that would be 11 a.m. Central. No, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 noon Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. And then it would be 6 p.m. GMT. I believe 10 a.m. is 6 p.m. GMT. There we go. So these will always be up as recorded videos after. I'm trying to not put my fingers. There's still a little bit of wet paint on there, but I'm not too worried. A little more water in my paint. So first stripe I'm going to do right off the edge and right over. Try and keep it straight. Next one, move over one width of the brush. Yeah. Try and stay straight. So you see I ran out of paint. What I did is I flipped my brush over, and then I'm just getting a tiny touch of water to keep it going. I am going to go in and lift off some of the paint in some of the spots here between so that they are lighter. So how's everybody doing? Where do I get ideas for the background, or is it just fun things I invent? Well, for the background, I kind of think about things. What are things that I want to learn how to do? So I wanted to learn how to do this little background, and when I thought about you know, cherry pie or blueberry pie or any kind of pie, I think of, you know, the old-fashioned picnic tablecloth or napkins here. And I was like, oh, well, that would be really pretty. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. So that's kind of what I'm doing here is I'm figuring it out. And sometimes when I figure things out, it is a success. And sometimes when I figure something out, it is not as successful, not as what my brain had intended, but I learned something. And so it's a success. That's how my brain works on things. But yeah, I kind of just let my imagination wander and think, ooh, that would be cool. So last night as I was going to bed, I thought of the gingham type look, you know. I think I'm going to put just a little bit of a red stripe right along that outside edge. The tape is going to straighten up that edge on the outside of it, but I just want a little bit of color. So it looks like the tablecloth is kind of going off, or the wallpaper, or whatever it is. And it will look better as we work. So remember, don't fuss about it or fret too much on the first pass, because we can fix a lot of things and we can make things feel a little more finished. And this brush is going to drive me nuts because the handle is so long. And I didn't measure anything out, so this is very, very movable. Hey there, Linda. Nice to see you. You got the notification. Or did you just know that I was going live? Ooh, bouncing over. Let's see. See, that stripe is going to get a little whiter, it looks like. Just make it a little bit whiter. You know, tablecloths, they can be bumped up and have a little bit of texture in them. I really have been enjoying seeing the finished pieces of art that you guys are doing, sharing them on your Instagram and on Facebook. It's been so fun. This is the first time I've done projects that more people have actually been playing along. Most of this is on the tape. Just letting you know, most of this color right now is out on the tape. I'm just doing that so I have a really nice border on the outside edge. No notifications. Okay, so if you, notifications will come, they're push notification. So they're not actually sending the emails all the time when you have notifications turned on. Sometimes they are just doing the, like notification on your phone. So if you have your notifications for YouTube turned off on your phone, they won't notify you. So you have to have your notifications turned on. Let's see here. I am going to go like this. I'm going to go wet that and blot. I'm just going to start getting some of those medium tone areas to show up just a little bit. But I have to keep turning my paper towel. I know this is a little bit fiddly, and you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And turn my paper towel. But see how that gives us that medium tone? So now we've got the dark, the medium, and the white. And then you can touch up your edges if you want. So plaid really isn't, or the what am I saying, plaid? The gingham really isn't a plaid or a checkerboard, because a checkerboard is definitely alternating and this one has overlapping. Now, if you have a better way to make gingham, please let me know. Please share in the chat here, or leave the comment afterwards. I really want to know, because this is just sort of how I figured it out for myself. Nobody taught me how to do it. So if you've been taught how, or you just figured it out on your own and know, please share. Eat a piece of pie. Happy birthday, Miss Katie. They say it's your birthday. Well, tell me who cares. Yo ho, so it's your birthday. We'll tie up your feet, make you walk down the stairs. Yo ho, so it's your birthday. You'll get lots of presents tied up in a sack. Yo ho, so it's your birthday. And after they're open, I'm taking them back. Yo ho, so it's your birthday. Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, so it's your birthday. And that song was written by a friend of mine many, many years ago. She, her name was Heather Alexander at the time, and she would sing that at her gigs. She was a person who did kind of folk and pirate and all kinds of things. She was great. Yeah, and please turn on your, click that like button. And make sure that you are sharing this channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just going to keep working my way through. You're welcome, Katie. Happy birthday. So I would, when I was working at the school, I would find out when, you know, certain teachers that were friends of mine, or staff members that were friends of mine at the time, when it was their birthdays, and not at an inappropriate time, but maybe when there were kids around or something, just because it was fun to do, I would just pop into the classroom and do my version of that song. There's many more verses to it, but I just do those two verses. I would break into song, do the two verses, and then just walk out of the room. Or walk out of the co-op space. Because I usually did it outside the classrooms. But yeah, you know, have fun with things. Don't be too worried about making everything perfect. And yeah, I like this. This is actually, it's growing on me. And when we have that ball on the front there, all painted in, that is going to be so cool. All right, so right now it looks a little messy, but you know what? When we pull the tape off, it's going to just sharpen everything up. Boom. So I'm not going to work on the background right now inside the ball. I want to get that pie in, and then I'll work on the background. I'm going to drop that paper napkin. And all right, welcome back, Jan. If it's perfect, it's not half handcrafted. That is correct. I'm going to take a slurp of my coffee. All right. So I want to dry that so I don't run my hand through it. Yeah, so I fancy myself that I have a bit of a voice for singing, but I would never, be a professional singer. I'm fine for, singing carols out on the street side. It looks like a pie on a tablecloth. That's what it's supposed to be. Yay! So this is my sample that I had played with, and that's when I learned that I didn't want the red going through until after I make the pie, because the red really doesn't pick up and clear out of the way enough. So I think it's dry. And now I'm going to move that flat brush out of the way. I'll still use it probably for putting some stuff in the background. Well, thank you so much, Laura. That's lovely to hear. I'm glad you like my designs. I have fun doing them, Now I am going to go ahead and grab, let's see, slide that out of the way, slide that back just a smidge. There we go. What I'm going to do is grab some of the yellow ochre type color. And let's see if that side view camera is going to work for us today. Ooh, it might just. I'm going to go in and get a layer of color started on the pie, because the red of the berry juice, or blue. Okay, guys, you're here. You get to tell me. Blueberry or cherries? Since the background is so red, I was kind of heading towards blueberry. But if you guys want cherry pie, we can do cherry pie. I'll just make it a dark cherry pie so that it can have more of a purple tone to the berries, but not be blueberry. And this is my first layer of color for the crust. Mostly it's so I know where the crust is versus where the berries are. Blueberry. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. I don't know the tune for that one, but I'll make up a song and it's gonna delight ya. Okay, now that's enough of that. But my son grew up with me singing songs at him all the time. For a while there, when he was young, I used to go to a song circle that would do, they called it filk. It wasn't folk, it was filk music. And it was music for, and actually it was a misprint. It was a typo, and at a convention, and they ended up keeping the typo and using it as the version, what the type of music is. And it's music that was for outer space and fantasy genre stories. It was usually music that was written to go along with stories. And it was written by just regular people, just like you and me. I'm going to grab a little bit of some darker brownie type tones, start working some brownie, sort of burnt sienna color in. I do know the words to the song, but I don't know I can't remember the tune. I'd have to look it up. And that's one of the things chat just can't quite do for me yet. If you're interested, I am doing a Tangy workshop. And so if you have the Tangy app already, you can go in and just click on just do a search for my name, and you will get to on Tangy. Copy. I do quick 1 minute to 2 minute classes, but I get to do workshops every once in a while. So I have a workshop coming up on my cute little snowman. Get some shadow going in here. There we go. So cute snowman, little pink snowman, or pink ribboned bowed snowman. And then I'm also doing and these are workshops that are done in a Google Meetup or Google Meetings type situation. So you can actually ask me questions with your voice or type in the chat, and I can actually see your artwork if you choose to share it, if you're working along with me. So it's a lot of fun, and it's free. Just sign up on Tangy and then sign up for the workshop. My snowman is at 8 a.m. Pacific time on the 11th. So that's on, in the morning on my time. And the reason why is because that hits about 9:30 in the evening in India. And I have a lot of people on Tangy who are in India. So I'm just putting that in, thinking about where the highlights and shadows would be. Oh, let's see here. I am zoomed in as far as I can go on that one. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to the top down, because I just zoomed in on here. Yeah, it's kind of like Zoom. So, yay! I love that you guys are signed up for it, Gina, Linda. It's so much fun. And, it's nice because it's a smaller group of people. Oh gosh, I like that crust. That turned out really well. And that was just the yellow ochre and some burnt sienna. All right, and so I am going to do this as a blueberry or as a dark cherry. Oh, well, there's going to be another different one. It's going to be the gnome, and that will be on the 18th at the same time at 8 a.m. I don't know if they have that one set up for signups yet, but Jan, keep an eye out for it. Hopefully you'll be able to come. All right, I need to pick a blue to go in and just start giving me my overall color of blue so I can start working back from it. And I think, let's see, that blue? No, that blue's a little too green. So is that one? Those blues are all very similar. Let me see. Maybe it was because I had too much. Nope. Ah, there. Okay. The violet color is better. And so I can go in with this blueberry color, and I am going to try and leave a few little spots of white, but I'm going to work this in sort of berry shapes. I'll probably add some magenta to it to darken it up a little bit, make it a little bit more purpley in the shadows. But let's just get some color on here, eh? Just leaving some little highlight areas. I can go back in with the gouache and add more highlights. Because we definitely want some shadow in here. If you are new, welcome. Thank you for joining me, and make sure and click the subscribe button, guys. I am working on getting to that 100,000 mark. I am 92,500 now, so it's moving along. And I'm more than happy to have you join me there. Join me on this journey. There's going to be some fun stuff coming up. I have some ideas for maybe some more, maybe do a marathon of some art again. Have a theme idea for next month, for January. So if you guys like having, all of the artwork figured out ahead of time, and so that you can... Thank you, Linda. Yeah, I appreciate that. So it is the 18th and the 11th, both at 8 a.m. Pacific. Good enough to eat? It's getting there, isn't it? So, if you're interested in another grouping of pictures that then I can make into digital download or coloring book, I'm trying to diversify my stuff so that I'm not as dependent on just YouTube earning a little bit of money. I am, I'm working and trying to make sure that people are getting value from all the work that I do. If I have to design it once, why not get it out there so that other people can use it more ways than one, right? I'm still using that same violet blue, and I'm just kind of picking up a little bit darker versions of it, just less water in it, to start putting some shadows. And that is a really good trick if you have just a few colors. If you've got a warm blue and a cool blue, so like a phthalo blue and an ultramarine blue, a magenta and a scarlet, so you've got something that's a red tone and something that's a blue tone, and a lemon and a cadmium or Hansa type yellow. Those 6 colors, you can mix all of your other colors. And you can also use them in varying amounts or intensities. I happen to like this fan palette just because I don't have to mix the colors, but I do know how to do it. Jan, what are you saying please about? I would love to know. Oh, you're saying please to me doing something along these lines like this? Doing some more coloring books and digital download books? I am excited. I think that it's going to be fun. I just have to make sure that and I'll be talking to my patrons over on Patreon and asking them opinions. So Jan, keep an eye out. I'll be asking opinions on ideas that I have for things that I'm going to possibly do for these month-long events. I think that it's going to be fun. Please, what? A gnome book? A book of gnomes? Oh, oh, a gnome book. That's going to, that one might be a project that I work on all year long to have for Christmas next year or winter next year. Maybe get gnomes through the year and then do a calendar for 2022 and that's the other thing. Would anybody be interested in a downloadable calendar that you can print and color and have fun with my artwork on it? Either blackline artwork. I think, I could do one that was the blackline artwork and, side by side with color artwork, maybe? Or partially blackline and partially color. Okay, I need to intensify a little bit of those shadows. Everything's starting to look a little bit too samey. So I think what I'm going to do is grab a touch of the magenta color, this magenta right here. It's more of a blue red. It's a cool red. And some of that violet. And make my shadow. Ah, there we go. Get it to be more of a juicy blueberry shadow. Yeah, see, I've been having these ideas. Of course, I'm having ideas like at 2 in the morning and waking Mark up and talking. I wake my husband up, or I don't let him go to sleep until I've had my time in the dark talking. Because it seems like I do a lot of really good ideas late at night. And I have to talk about them so that I'll remember in the morning. Because if I don't say them out loud, I won't remember in the morning what I was talking about. Oh, yum. That really is looking good, isn't it? Okay, so now I need to think about something here. What do I want to do for the inside of the ball? You're hoping to do a Christmas owl. Oh, yeah. Oh, Debbie, do a calendar of your Christmas, or do a calendar of your artwork. Absolutely. Think it's going to be pinkish. And by pulling in just a little bit of the red that's around the outside, I can start getting that pinkish color inside. See, I'm just picking up the red that was on the outside of the ball and just start ever so slightly. I'm just starting to work some of that color in, and I will see about working it in so it gets a little bit of an abstract striping going on, maybe. Don't know. That's going to be, you know, because this is magic pie. It's floating inside of the glass ball, so it might be that it just... See, I can pick up a little bit of the red on that tape also. See, just want to put a little bit in here, and then I'm going to just use my wet brush, kind of work it out just a little bit. This is me figuring it out as I go along, guys. So if you're painting along, you might want to wait for a minute and see if it works. You know, I don't want you to get started working on it and then go, oh no, she said stop, don't do that. You know, kind of like that. Starting to get the stripes going across, but I'm going to arch my lines across so you're barely seeing through this glass. Maybe this is almost frosted, but not quite. Work a little bit more of that red right up around the outside edge. Start darkening up the edge of the glass just a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, right now it looks a little messy. I'm feeling a messy vibe in there. Part of that's because the outside of it here though too. But I need, when I put the white gouache on here, I don't want to have too much red already in the ball, because if I have too much red inside here, it will turn my white gouache pink. So I'm trying to clean that back just a bit. Clean brush. But then I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow underneath using the pink, the red. I don't know. I do want more indication of the stripe, but I don't want too much. See, you guys are getting me talking through my thought process here. And that's part of hanging out in the studio with Steph. Oh, maybe that'll be the next one that I name. It's hang out in the studio with Steph. I like the pie. I think I want to get some of the white on there. In the middle, there is a bottom. Oh yeah, in the middle, there's a little rectangle that you click on and it opens up for the workshops. And if you go on my profile on Tangi, it has at the very top, right underneath my name, a place that you can click that says join my workshop. And they are free. At this time right now, Tangi is running the workshops as free. So I'm just picking up a little bit of red. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I'm picking up a little bit of red. I want to get a little bit more depth right behind the pie. So it starts to feel like there's more of a stripe going on. There, that's feeling better. Just a little bit. Just get some touches of color. Not anything too strong. See, it would be really good if I had taken a ball, a clear glass ball, and put it on top of a red and white tablecloth to learn how the color works, how the ball works. But, you know, I didn't do that. And I didn't see anything set up that way. But look, we're starting to get probably enough. I think I want to use the gouache. Sorry about that clinky clink. Hello there, Catherine, KM Crafts. Oh, hey guys, at the end, stick around. I'll show you Catherine's wax seals that she just did, because she sent me happy mail. And I am so happy that she did. Yep, it's right here. Okay, there, thank you. And I want Catherine to know that it came through the mail just fine. All right, so now we're going to go and we're going to be brave and just go highlight, highlight. Have it going right over the pie. Oops, not quite so thick. Right around the edge. There we go. Got to make that highlight really bright. There we are. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I might go back in and put a little bit darker inside on some of that pie. And I might even take a white pen and put some highlights down inside. I've got a white Uniball pen. And this is the Signo Uniball UM153. I think I'll use that to put some highlights on the berries so they look real juicy. Just trying to curve your highlights. There we are. Okay. And make them soft and kind of so they move around. Yeah, so if you're interested in seeing Catherine's beautiful, she made handmade, she folded a beautiful letter that she wrote to me and handmade the envelope and did all of the wax seals, and she sent me a couple extra ones. So that was really cool. Very unexpected. I like the unexpected. And if you're wondering why she sent it to me, it's because I'm her auntie and she's a sweet person. I'm going to pick up just a little bit of the red that's out here, even though I have gouache on my brush. And I'm going to bring some of that in now. And start deepening up a bit of the edge. Because now I know, I have a better idea of where some color is. And if I want it to be a little bit darker, because it's bouncing color around, now I can. And I think that this ball is actually like pink glass. So it's clear or translucent, but it's translucent pink glass. So it shows a little bit more. There we go. Oh, that's making it feel a lot better. See, sometimes you just have to go, well, what would happen if I do this? Like, I want this back edge here to be darker. So I'm just picking up the paint that's on the tape. That way I'm not getting gouache into my paint pan, but I can pick up as much of this color as I want. And it's mixing with the gouache, so it is going to... There we go. Oh, beautiful. It is going to give me more shadows and shape, form, reflecting those stripes around. All right. I do need to darken up a little bit of that pie too. So let's darken up that pie before I move on too far. I just had to wipe out some of the water that was in the brush. So I'm getting a little bit of this more sepia brown. Deepen up a little bit of those shadows. Yeah. And then a bit more of the burnt sienna, because I think I need to warm that up just a smidge. There we go. All right, I like that. Hope you do. And then let's deepen up just a smidge. Oh, that looks good. See, I have to look up at the camera because then, or at the screen, because then I can see it flat, face on, where right now, looking down, I'm looking at it on an angle. So I think that's looking pretty good. Let's see, let's grab a little bit of that white. And I might just use that pen. I think I'm going to use the pen for some of that. Oh, I need to get a bit of color right up here on the cap. Coloring like this is so much fun, and yes, the designs in the book look very simple, but that leaves room for your imagination and your collaboration with me. I didn't do it all for you, basically. So you have the option and the opportunity to make it more what you want it to be also. I'm going to grab my pen and we're going to put a little bit of that white on some of the juicy berries. Gives you a little bit, oh yeah. In some of the darker spaces, put a little highlight. You can smudge it with your finger a little bit so it's not quite as strong. See, just a little smudge. There's a little bit of berry juice inside here. Maybe there's some sparkling sugar. Just a little bit of sugar sparkling on the top. But not too much. A little bit. This is where you can go overboard if you're not careful, so I'm going to try and not go too overboard. But I'm going to put a bit of a shine up here. Just like that. And maybe even strengthen up this outside edge just a little bit. Oh yeah, see, sometimes being able to have a really nice edge just sparkles things up. And maybe I'll even give it a real high point, or maybe not. I might just have to take a bit more gouache right there. Yeah, I want some more gouache. So you can get the white, silver, and gold of the Uniball pens. I'm going to make another spot highlight right down here also. Maybe there's some lights in this room that are sparkling around on it. There we go. All right. And you know what? I don't like that one down here so much, so I'm going to go like this and just sort of work it back. Didn't like that one so much. I'm going to make it just a broader highlight down here. Or work it back. Frosted glass. That frosted pink glass. Do what you can. Do what you do. Have fun. And stop before you go too far. Because that's my problem, is that I'll go too far. Because right now, I've hit that moment. I've gone too far. So now I need to fix it. Need a little bit more blue showing up through that fog. I'm sorry, I went too far. I want to get some of that gouache worked back because it really started obscuring my pie. I want my pie. Ha, there. I've worked it back enough. Now I can get some more of my blue on here. There we go. See? If you work something too far, don't throw it away. I still like this. See? Just work it back in. Not a big deal. We can make this work back in. And that's the thing I want you to see, guys. You know, when you're working on your artwork and you're in your studio and something doesn't go the way you expect it to, or you go too far, and don't throw it away. Just give yourself a chance to fix it. All right? I'm going to dry that and then do my little highlight, my brighter highlight, one little line. Not all smudgy all over the place. Yes, you can buy, well, in the Arteza, I don't think they sell the gouache by itself, but you can use any gouache. Use any gouache that you can find. You're not limited to the stuff I use. You can use anything. Yes, dear?
You use the Uniball white pencil stuff, right?
Yes. Actually, I just got the white Arteza. Okay. Well, I just got them. I haven't tried them yet, except for doing just a quick swatch, and the quick swatch seemed to work okay, but I haven't used them yet. So, okay, put a little bit of white out here. We're gonna go highlight. Oh, there, see? Make it just sort of a line highlight. And then smush that out at the end. There. That works. Not too much. Don't go too far, Steph. I'm saying this out loud because, you know, sometimes when you think, oh, I won't go too far, you've probably done it. I'm going to stop. I think that is good. We're going to take the tape off and see how this looks. I think it's amazing what taking the tape off and taking it off of the messy board does for making it feel, come on, zoom back. One, just zooming out on it so that you're not right on top of it makes a big difference. Two, having that really clean edge. I'm glad that it's helpful to you to see me struggle sometimes and to see me, you know, figure something out and work it out. Look at that. That is really cool. I think I want to dry because it feels a little bit wet. If you're going to Amazon, if you click on any of my links, that will take you to Amazon. And if you buy through my, you buy anything on Amazon after you've gone through one of my links, I actually will get credit for that. So let's dry this, dry this, dry this. Dry it on the back side too. There we go. Yeah, Sue. I've been on since, let's see, I've been on for 1 hour. I'm going to go in with my pen and I'm just going to give it a little bit of some detail again, and then I will smush a little bit of the gouache around over it. Oops, it's still wet. It's like, oh, so if the ink is still wet, you can move the ink around. Look at that. I didn't realize that. So if the ink is still wet, you can move it around. Oh, that's actually good. That just makes it feel more painted. I just wanted to get a bit of a shadow going back here, but maybe not quite that much. See, again, I'm playing. I'm doing things that I probably shouldn't be. I just wanted to warm up that back edge just a little bit. Inside there. Okay. I need to stop. I need to say thank you so much for being here. I need to put my signature inside. Let's see. Well, maybe I'll just do it where it's a little bit dark anyway. There we go. See, look at that. It worked out. We've got it. The only other thing is maybe, and I do like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of a black outline. Partially. Not all the way. Not doing a hard outline all the way, but just a bit to break it from the background. See, you can do this. I'm having fun, and so that's what I want you to see here, is that have fun. Make it work out the way, oh, see, just putting that little bit of a black outline, just popped it, brought it out. The pen is the Eco Pen. It is a cardboard tube that can be put in the recycle bin, and the ink holder. And it does come with these lovely little caps. It is a roller ball, and it is 0.38. It's in my Amazon store also. Oh, they've been out of stock. Well, that's because all of you guys are buying them. It's awesome. So just keep an eye on them. I always order them ahead of time. So when I got down to having like 6 pens in here, I went ahead and ordered another tube of 20. So I wasn't going to run out. Thank you guys for being here, for hanging out. I will be going at 10 a.m. on Monday, tomorrow, doing the faceted cut crystal ornament. This one's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of playing light and dark. I did find an ornament that sort of has that shape to it that was a color. So it's going to give us some very, a kind of a pathway or whatever to work on. So it's in the book right here. So if you want to color along with me, start learning how to plan out where your colors go, join me with your copy of 31 cute and creative hand-drawn winter ornaments to print and color, available on Tangy. Did I try the 0.5 size? No, I always have been getting just the 0.38 because it was the size that I got the first time and I really liked it. So yes, please click that thumbs up, and oh, don't forget that I do have this same book now available as a printed paperback printed paperback coloring book. And if you haven't already seen it, I do have my fun floral mandalas, all of my designs, hand-drawn mandalas, lots of different natural mandala shapes, available on Amazon also. And anything else? Any other questions? I did sign it. Oh, Catherine's card. Thank you so much, Catherine's card. So I'm not going to show the other side of it because that has both of our addresses. But what I did, here, let's zoom in. Look at this. Isn't it pretty? So she did this beautiful mixed color seal with a little bit of glitter. And I was really careful, and I bent the cardboard paper back so that I could not break the seal. And then inside she has pockets. So there's a pocket on both sides, and she tucked in some seals that I can use hot glue to glue onto some envelopes. So there was 1, 2 extra ones. This is like the tree of life, and then a honeybee. Since she's a beekeeper, that makes me really happy. And then she tucked in some extra little cards and some dried flowers and a letter. So look at that. Aren't those pretty? I am really excited. I think I have a jewelry bezel that little flower will drop into, and I could maybe make a resin necklace with it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that is my fun prize from KM Crafts. So KM Crafts is here in the chat. Click on her name and go check out her channel. There we go. Thank you guys. Remember, go out and do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I want to see you back here again really soon. Bye-bye.